Asean Navy chiefs call for stronger cooperation. Ho Chi Minh City leaders met with Korean top legislator. Textile and garment production struggles due to lack of fabric. Vietnam is at 18th position on the risk list of countries which have the most websites likely to be attacked. Good morning, this is FBNC News. Now, international cooperation at sea, manifested by the coordination of actions of countries at bilateral, regional and global levels, is indispensable to protect this essential living source and helps harmonize maritime activities and address transboundary challenges, according to a dialogue of the 14th ASEAN Navy Chiefs Meeting, ANCM, held online on November 5th in Hanoi. Speaking at the meeting, Rear Admiral Trần Thanh Nghiêm, Commander-in-Chief of Vietnam People's Navy, said the South China Sea accommodates a great deal of most critical and bustling sea lines of communication in the world. Any development or movement in this area attracts the attention of not only surrounding countries, but also the whole international community, as they find their vested interest in the area, he said. The region faces complex and unpredictable traditional and non-traditional security challenges such as piracy, terrorism, transnational crimes, sovereignty disputes and maritime environmental pollution. Nghiêm proposed ASEAN natives strengthen mutual understanding and trust by enhancing interoperability via bilateral and multilateral cooperation activities and mechanisms to maintain security in the region. Initiated in 2001, the meeting is a chance for all parties to increase the understanding and improve collaboration on the implementation of a range of activities, including conducting joint sea rescues and addressing piracy and legal violations at sea. Secretary of the Ho Chi Minh City Party Committee Nguyễn Văn Nên hosted a local reception for visiting Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea Park Byung-soo on November 4th, expressing his delight at the development of the Vietnam-Korea Strategic Cooperative Partnership. Mr. Nên said ties between the city and the Republic of Korea, as well as its localities and partners, have been growing over the past years. He wished that the visit would contribute to popularizing the city as a trustworthy destination for Korean investors.
According to Mr. Nên, there remains room for the development of localities-to-localities cooperations. The city is seeking partners and resources for several fields in the next 5 years, such as wastewaters and solid waste treatment, flooding preventions, smart urbans, and financial center development. He expressed his hope that with its experience, the ROK could assist the cities in workforce trainings in information technologies, IT, artificial intelligence, AI, healthcare, tourism, urban management, automations, and logistics. Park says the ROK considered Ho Chi Minh cities a focus of international connectivity to further boost ties between the two nations. Ho Chi Minh City has so far established cooperative ties with 7 ROK localities. The ROK is now also the third largest investor in the city.
Now, Vietnam's rice exports to the EU in the first 9 months of this year reached more than 10 million tons, an increase of 23.5% compared with the same period of last year. However, Vietnam's rice export volumes is still at a low level compared with other Asian countries. Specifically, Myanmar's rice exports volume to the EU is 10 times higher than Vietnam, Thailand's 6 times higher, and Cambodia's 4 times higher. According to this, Vietnamese rice exporters still have room to increase the rice export volume to the EU, especially that rice from Cambodia and Myanmar markets still have to pay tax when exporting to the EU until the end of next year. According to the Agricultural Products Processing and Market Development Department's forecast, Vietnam's rice export volume to the EU will be increasing in the last 2 months of this year, despite the negative effects caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has created a fever demand of medical face masks that make businesses to shift production with high productivity. In line with the trend, the online trading webinar Taiwan Medical Face Mask Manufacturing Solutions, which took place on the 30th of October 2020, has become an opportunity for businesses in this field to introduce their most advanced manufacturing and supply chains.
Taiwan's Medical Face Mask Manufacturing Solutions webinar has been organized by the Taiwan External Trade Development Council.
With Taiwan's outstanding plastic and rubber machinery manufacturers' collaboration and cooperation.
5 suppliers from Taiwan presented their innovative manufacturing solutions with a primary focus on melt-blown production lines as well as turnkey projects. As a pioneer of Taiwan's non-woven industry and among the top 40 global non-woven manufacturers, KNH provides the most comprehensive technology and services for manufacturing women's health and medical products. With the integration and extensive knowledge of raw materials, process technology, mechanical and product design, KNH provides more competitive all-round services. Also in the conference, Elena Chi, sales manager of Leader Extrusion Machinery Company Limited, introduced their expertise in designing and manufacturing plastic extrusion machinery with its advanced technology and reliable quality. The final session is the introduction of SCP Melt-Blown Alliance. Tony Wong, General Manager of Blasco Engineering Incorporation, said that the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic has changed a lot, causing businesses to downsize operation and even shut down. Recognizing the urgent needs for personal protective equipment, the SCP Melt-Blown Alliance was formed in April this year. This is the cooperation of the 3 most innovative and successful manufacturing enterprises in Taiwan plastic industry, including Chum Power Group, TIHIN Industry, and Blasco Engineering Company. Also on this occasion, Chum Power introduced a complete solution for the manufacturing of melt-blown non-woven fabric, offering melt-blown non-woven fabric production lines and a high-speed face mask machines. Meanwhile, TIHIN Industrial, established in 1984, has been manufacturing PP-PC hollow profile sheet extrusion line, high production PP-PSPE-PC multi-layer sheet gold extrusion line, and PET-PLA sheet extrusion line. In 2020, a melt-blown non-woven production line was launched so the company can produce melt-blown non-woven fabrics for masks or filters. Another company participated in the webinar was Blasco. Blasco is a technology engineering company that successfully maintained its pioneer position for the complete range of plastic extrusion line in the global market. Its comprehensive manufacturing program includes single filament extrusion line, melt-blown extrusion line, tape and fiber-related tape extrusion line, strapping band extrusion line, and the blow film extrusion line. With over 30 years of experience, its R&D capabilities provide the basis for the outstanding quality of the Blasco extrusion lines. Established in 1970, TIHIN is Taiwan's leading non-profit trade promotion organization. Funded by governments and industrial organizations, TIHIN helps businesses expand their global reach.
You're watching FBNC News. Now, Vietnam's underdeveloped fabric production is making it difficult for textile and garment businesses to take advantage of free trade agreements, including the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement, or EVFTA. The textile and garment industry exports nearly $40 billion worth of products and requires around 10 billion meters of fabric each year, while the rate of domestic materials used by textile and garment businesses in Vietnam is only about 40 to 45%, according to the Ministry of Industry and Trade.
The local fabric industry produces around 2.3 billion meters of fabric a year, meeting only 25% of the country demand. Over 7 billion meters of fabric materials for production and export is imported from China, Taiwan, and the Republic of Korea. In 2019, Vietnam imported around $13 billion worth of fabric for the textiles and garment industry. The amount of fabric produced domestically is often used to make low or medium quality clothing. and typically does not meet the requirements of clothing manufacturing and exporting businesses. The country productions of cottons, fibers, and dyes does not satisfy the textile and garments industry demand. Not enough attention is being given to dyeing technologies and environmental protections to develop the textile dyeing industry. So businesses are reluctant to invest in textile productions or form startups in fashion design. The EVFTA rules of origins regarding textiles and garments is referred to as from fabric onward, meaning a garment product's fabric has to be woven, finished, cut, and sewn in Vietnam. German Deputy Chairman of the Vietnam Textiles and Apparel Associations said that due to the lack of fabric materials, FTA rules of origins make it harder for businesses to use their values. Investment in fabric productions have faced challenges, including a lack of funds and expensive technologies. As a result, while the textile and garment industry has seen export rise over the years, imports of fabric materials have also risen. An investment of around $30 billion is needed in order for the industry to be able to produce the remaining 8 billion meters of fabric, according to the associations.
A wide range of Vietnamese products such as packaged foods, processed and agricultural products are on display at the week of exhibiting Vietnamese enterprises goods that opened at Aeon Supermarket in Ho Chi Minh City since November 4th. The exhibition's organizing committee has received registrations for more than 200 businesses across the country, and 35 were selected.
Nishitoge Yasuo, General Director of Aeon Vietnam, said one of the important strategies of the group is to expand the scale in consumption of Vietnamese products. Aeon always tries to bring domestically made products to consumers through Aeon Vietnam's general merchandise stores and supermarket chains in the Vietnamese market. In addition, it wants to promote export of Vietnamese products. Also within the framework of the Exhibition Week, a conference that seeks to enable Vietnamese firms to bring their products to Aeon's general department stores and supermarkets globally was organized with the participation of more than 150 suppliers. The event hopes to open up many opportunities for local businesses to find more distributors and expand their markets both in and outside the country. At the conference, Vietnamese firms also received consultations on technical standards and product quality from Aeon top value representatives to help their products enter Aeon's global general merchandise stores and supermarket chains. Over the past 5 years, Vietnamese goods exported via Aeon to Japan reached a total of more than $1.4 billion, an increase of over 120% per year on average. A variety of Vietnamese products are exported through the Aeon system, with garments and footwear, including t-shirts, shirts, and shoes, accounting for about 59%, and food products and fruits such as coffee, dragon fruit, banana, mango, and others, accounting for about 34.6%. In addition, about 1,200 tons of seafood, mostly basa fish and shrimp, were exported to Japan in 2019 via Aeon. Most recently, the first 5 tons of fresh Vietnamese lychees were exported to Japan and sold at Aeon's store system there in June.
According to a report from cybersecurity company CUતિC, Vietnam is at 18th position in the ranking table of countries which have the most websites that likely to be attacked. Among the list of Vietnamese websites would have been attacked, 2 domains .com and .vn are most at risk. Following are .net, .info, .top and .org. On the other side, many Vietnamese websites have implemented strict security policies, so the damage was much lower than last year. The quantity of the attacks is also fewer than previous years, about 64.8%.
COVID-19, but also to develop tourism in the future.
That has wrapped up FBNC News for this week. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again next time. Goodbye.